It's a good question. But see, peace of mind would mean something different to each person. Like you in a different situation to care is a different situation to me. So yeah, like as a parent, you want the best for your child. You want to make sure they go to school, and now you know that they have their lunch. If they now with COVID, you make sure that if they do go to school, they wear their masks, and you would tell them that before they go. You know, tell them to sanitize so that you go, you know that this child has listened to you, and that'll be fine. But as an individual, it's like you should ask yourself, like, what do I need to feel complete? What do I need to feel happy? So the peace of mind means it's a situation where you feel happy. Like if, like say, for example, you would get peace of mind by uh, like cooking something, you know, like preparing a meal and inviting some friends over. Uh, that would be like
Or just
a good
eating. Yeah.
example. Or just eating, yeah. Like, see, you would come for eating, I'd go, I'll do the cooking, and so, like, see, for
Eating
each
too.
person, it's different. Yeah, you see, there we got 2 eaters and 1 cook, so that's good. At least there'll be no wastage. But that's for me, like I feel it's like for me, if they're looking at that situation, peace of mind would be like, okay, I'll make a meal and you'll come over and you're satisfied and you'll enjoy the food. So that is my peace of mind. Oh wow, like I made something, everybody enjoyed it, and I'm happy, you know? So for your like, what do you think your peace of mind would be in that scenario?
I think like for me, I've been realizing that peace of mind isn't so much about like the external factors that make up our lives, but it's like the internal thoughts and feelings that we have. So in that situation, I think peace of mind is being um present and like feeling grateful that this person, you know, did this for me, and I can be in this moment with them and be like there completely and be grateful, and not have these thoughts like, oh, like I'm not good enough, like coming back to, you know, the self-doubt that you spoke about, like oh, they did this for me and I did nothing for them, so like I'm so worthless, and having all these thoughts in that moment when we're supposed to be enjoying something. So yeah, like I wanted to like go deeper into like our own minds and the thoughts that we have, like
Yeah.
that you know, destroys our peace, because like lots of situations that deal with other people like bring us peace and happiness, but like are we focusing on ourselves and like the like feeling that peace within just for ourselves, like our own thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think of it in the same way, because the moments that I feel most at peace is when those same cyclical thoughts of like things that have happened in the past, or just like constantly being stuck in the past, or just thinking about the future and just having anxiety over that, or just like thinking about how I'm not able to change current situations. Like when all of those thoughts are not present, I feel particularly calm and more grateful. And so I feel like in
Yeah.
those moments to like cultivate more gratitude will actually increase the amounts of times that you experience something that you enjoy experiencing. Like as you said, like if we were Jay and she made us this lovely meal, obviously sometimes in the past, like your thoughts would be around like what did I bring to this, you know, like not thinking that, but this actually brings a peace, like just looking after us and making sure
Yeah.
that we're having a good time is what makes her happy. But we're thinking about what would make us happy if we were role swapped in that situation, you know,
Yeah.
because we're placing our expectations for ourselves in that situation onto someone else, which again isn't fair. But that only comes from understanding ourselves and obviously the people that we're close to, like this is what matters to them. Like I know, Chanel, you don't like gifts. Like that's not your thing. Like you wouldn't care much about it. That's who you are. But sometimes I would have felt like I needed to go out of my way to get you like a good gift, but that's not something that you would really love. But on the other hand, like I love gifts. So like if you had to give me like time, even though I love spending time with people, but if you left out a gift, then I'd be like, maybe she just doesn't love me or care for me enough because I have like a
Oh
different
my god,
connotation with that. No,
we've
I'm
been
just
friends for so many years and I didn't know that. I need to get you more gifts. Yo.
no, I'm
Every
just
month,
saying
a
like
gift for every month.
it's an example,
See,
but
okay, if I
yeah.
want to add that, I think like if I'm listening to the discussion, I feel like inner peace is affected by overthinking.
Mm.
And if you look at us, like we've all suffered with that. It's like
Yeah.
we take something that is like this small and it like ends up being from a mountain, like a molehill, it ends up being a mountain, you know? And that is the things that affect our inner peace, because we can not see a situation as it is. We'll
Yeah.
always add on to that, you know, and that's what used to happen before. But yeah, like you said, Shanal, mindfulness is important, because if you're in the present moment, there's no time for you to overthink anything, you know? So
No, I mean like say someone is, they feel at peace right now, because remember, like the person that you were as well in the past, you didn't know that, hey, like I'm not fully at peace, because you like, firstly you think like, oh, the overthinking is normal, it's just what I do, it's just who I am,
Yeah.
until you like see other people living lives, being present and being so happy, and you're like, oh, okay, so like other people do have that. So like the overthinking is one thing that we know, that if you, when you have overthinking, you definitely don't have inner peace, because you constantly like analyzing everything and you're like stressing and stuff. Do you know of any other signs that would tell a person that they don't have inner peace as yet, that they need to work towards it?
uh, okay, I have to think about that very carefully now.
But when you're attaining inner peace or you're feeling peaceful, it's not that you're getting rid of all the thoughts or the overthinking. It's that you can find a center within with those thoughts going around. It's not like you have to get rid of those thoughts. So I just thought that would be important to mention in context. Like, you know, a lot of people think that meditation is like stopping your mind from thinking at all. And that's just not correct, because your mind never stops working. It's like, as Sadhguru said, it's like telling one of your organs, like, okay, I'm trying to like meditate now. Can you stop making, like, can you stop working? Or like, can my kidney stop working for a minute? Like, you know, it doesn't work that way. So just understanding that most of our thoughts are conditioned, that we pick them up subconsciously from the time we were little, from the movies we watch, or from the people around us, from everything is external stimuli, right? So when you realize that you're able to detach from those thoughts in a bit, and you create like this amount of space for yourself, like, okay, here I am, no thoughts, nothing like that, but like these are things that happen because of external stimuli, and with that you create a peace within you. So the thoughts can still continue, but it doesn't mean that it takes away your inner peace.
Okay, so
That is
I think it's
beautiful.
important also to ask yourself questions, right?
Mm,
I think it's important to ask yourself questions like, what would you need in order to attain it? Like, you need to know what makes you happy. You need to know
yeah.
what would make you happy,
Yeah,
because
I
this
think
is
most
where,
people
like,
find
you
that
know,
difficult.
expectations come in. Yeah,
Mm,
like, see, okay, I need another job. So you get another job, and then you realize you're not happy with the people you work with. So then how are you going to get inner peace or happiness from that situation? So you need to find what it is about the job that you wanted. What did you want? Did you want the job because you took the job because it gave you, it was closer to work? Did you take it because it gave you more money? Then you need to focus on that specific point. Like, if it was for
Yeah.
more money, then you say, okay, no matter what is happening around me, my main focus for taking this job was so that I was closer to home, and on top of it, it gave me extra money. And I had extra money from not traveling so much. So whatever everybody else is doing around me, it shouldn't affect me, you know, because I'm new as well. They don't know who I am. So obviously they're going to judge me. You know, I need to give them the opportunity to get to know me better. So like
mm,
in that situation, you say have a lunch or with the person and stuff like that. So
You think that they take everything too personally, like sometimes it may not be true, like for example, like when you spoke about, you know, cooking and stuff for us, and then like in our heads, if we're feeling like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything for this person, but they're doing this for me, so they probably think like I'm a bad person. But that's not true, because that you didn't feel that or say that way, say that you think that we're bad people, but we think that. So like, do you think that is taking things personally, even though it's not like you didn't even think something like that?
I think it comes with understanding the other person as well, like the people that you're around. Because if you're constantly in a situation where you're doubting yourself, then you need to reassess your relationships with those people. Because, like, you need to ask yourself, like, why am I hanging out with them? You know, do they make me feel bad? Like, in the sense that when they speak? Do they say, oh, I stood and cooked the whole day at the stove, and like I now have to go and make dessert, like like what does a
Yeah.
person say? Does a person intend, like that's what you need to do. You need to like ask yourself these questions. Who are the people I'm hanging out with? Are these people creating this feeling inside me, or is it an insecurity that I have? Because if the person didn't say anything, then it's definitely your insecurity.
Yeah, and I think like those insecurities come from like past experiences, and it ties in with what you said about the people that you surround yourself with. Because if you're getting these experiences that make you so insecure with people that actually love and care about you, it's going to sabotage that relationship. Because here you are thinking about all of these things from the wrong people when this is the right crowd for you. So just being able to be like, wow, okay, so like, wow, you really do like love taking care of us so much. So just to accept that wholeheartedly in that moment, regardless of the thoughts, and just like stopping for a moment and be like, no, like I'm going to like just be so grateful for this moment, enjoy it completely.
And also like like know your worth, because this person wouldn't have done those things to you if they didn't care about you or didn't think like you were worth that. So
that's important. Because if you know your worth, then the other person, you're going to actually project that out, and then the other people will see that, because you'll have this confidence about you. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. If somebody says something, oh wow, like they did this for me because I'm special, like they won't say, oh my god, you just me. I'm sure they want something in return, so yeah. But also the other thing is past relationships. Like sometimes you have to look at how badly was this person hurt before, like do they have these insecurities or these issues because they've been through this so many times? So maybe they have a bit of trust issues. So